Stu back with another champion spotlight for Raid Shadow Legends on Steelskull. Now he's not the coolest looking. Actually, he looks pretty cool. He's not the best looking champion out there. He has nipple rings. He's got like a chastity belt. He has some weird. He's like a pig man, but he is a phenomenal champion. Keep him if you get him. Use him. If you're new to Raid Shadow Legends, then level him to 50. Use him for support. You don't have to go and rush him to 60, but you will want to eventually. Now, I'll go over my gear in a second. Let's get into his skills. His skill 1 hits twice, and each time it hits, decay. Each time it hits, it has a chance to apply a 5% poison for 2 turns, which does crazy damage. The higher the max HP of the target, the enemy that you're facing. So usually on bosses, things like that, it will do really good damage, and it does. It does crazy damage on the clan boss, which is where you're going to want to go and where you're going to want to progress for in-game to get those sacred shards, those legendary books, the epic books, void shards. You can get all that stuff. Now, as you see, he's running down there on the Nightmare Clan boss. He's going to pull over 8 million, maybe 8.9. I can't remember. It's a lot of damage, and it's very easy to do if you can skill him up. Now, you can see it's a 10% chance to apply this poison. If you skill it up, it goes to a 35% chance per hit to apply the poison. And then if you go into Masteries, you can get an additional under support 5% chance. So it'll be at a 40% chance to apply it. He also does a lot of healing. He can heal your guys through regular dungeons. He'll remove the debuffs and then give them a 40% heal. And then also he'll do a 60% increased defense to your whole team for 2 turns and heal them for 20% of their max HP. So you can build him tanky. You're going to want to build him tanky. You're not going to want to build him DPS heavy. Just make him survive, get those dots up, and then help out your team, right? So I'm going to go into his total stats because a lot of this stuff is blocking kind of. The video down there is blocking what you can see. So he's at 41K. I have him at 41K. I've got him at 2,367 defense, which is pretty high. His speed is high at 239 because I just want him to take turns, get that support heals up if I need them, and if I don't, do that skill 1, get those poisons on, and you're good to go. His accuracy I have on him is 213. A little bit high. I probably only need about 200, 190 for Nightmare Clan boss, but that's what I have on him right now. So his gear, I have defense gloves, main stat percentage, defense percentage, HP percentage chest, and speed boots. And then I also have defense on the ring, HP on the necklace, and accuracy on the banner. So that's basically all I've got. I mean, this set, speed set is what I usually go for. If I need more accuracy, I'll go for a focus set. But also speed and whatever is on it. Like I needed defense plus defense percentage, so I put these gloves on. It's just what I had. This has high speed on it, so I just picked that. So whatever you have that has the high speed, that has the high defense, that has the high HP, don't worry too much about what the actual sets are. Speed sets are nice, don't get me wrong. I've got that on almost 90% of all my champions, but just focus on if you can get a good speed, accuracy, substats on what you're using, and then make sure if it's a glove, a chest, or boots that you're using the percentage, defense percentage, HP percentage, speed boots, things like that. Okay, so Masteries. You can't see everything because I'm in the way. I'm aware of that. Let me see if I can drop this video down for a moment, or at least get to the sweet spot. Okay, if you look at the video right now, the small one, you'll see Steelskull did 8,414,000. So crazy amount of damage. Of course, Martyr's there doing counterattack so he can get more turns to counterattack back, but he will do high damage no matter what. On the clan boss, if you need to take somebody tanky into a dragon's fight, get those poisons up on the dragon before he exhale, he'll take all that damage and you won't get stunned. Just use him. He is so good in everything. Don't worry about it. Let's drop this down. Okay, now you can see more. I'm still in the way, but all I did on the offense side is get down to War Master. You can go Giant Slayer. He has a 2-hit on his main attack, so War Master or Giant Slayer, the calculations work out to exactly the same. So either one, just use whatever you prefer, whatever you want to work down. He's got plus crit, plus critical damage, does more damage if the enemy has damage inflicted to targets with less than 40% HP, just things like that all the way down the line. You can look at it, you can specialize it a little bit to what you want, but just always get the War Master or Giant Slayer when you're fighting these big bosses. Support, this is where I love to go into support with heroes, with champions like this. Okay, we've got heal, we got a little bit more accuracy, it's just kind of the beginning stuff, a little more accuracy here, but these are where it really becomes nice on long battles. 30% chance to increase your turn meter by 10% when a debuff wears off or is removed. Same thing that goes on with his buffs that he casts. So he gets the benefit of both. Buffs wear off, debuffs wear off. We have a chance to get our turn meter up a bit. 5% chance to decrease the cooldown of a random skill per turn. That's great. I always get this on all my champions because we're using pretty much basic gear, and it will increase that basic gear attribute. If it's increasing your crit, it's gonna 15% more to increase that crit percentage, whatever they're giving you. Same thing with speed. So it's not going to increase it a lot, but maybe I'm getting 10%, maybe I'm getting plus 10 extra speed or so. Still going to help me out. I love getting that support tree for Masteries. And then also, like I said before, he's at a 35% chance to apply his debuff right here. This gives him a 5% chance more. It doesn't sound like a lot, but 40% versus 35%, it adds up over time. So use that, and then this is one of my favorites. 30% chance to extend the duration of any debuff cast by this champion. So instead of a 2-turn, you're going to see 3-turn often applied, a 3-turn poison applied to the clan boss. So don't be worried. Use Steelskull. Keep him. Everybody takes him to 60. He really is worth it. Don't take him as your first champion. He's not going to be your farmer, but you get the idea. He is a phenomenal champion. He does, as you see there, he does insane damage on the clan boss. And like I said, you can bring him in dragons, you can bring him in minotaur, you can bring him in anything you need to keep your team alive, and then also to apply those dots on the bosses to get them down. But that's really all I've got for Steelskull. Please use him. Please use that big man. He makes me laugh every time I look at him. So you guys have a wonderful day. I'll see you on the next video.